Good morning. Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of our Workflows webinar series. This week's focus is on our commercial conveyancing workflows. My colleague and one of Osprey's case management developers, Alex, will take you through the what, whys, hows of workflows, looking at how implementing the time-saving automations can help ease the pressures of your workload, increase efficiency, improve productivity, and enhance your client service. Before I hand over to Alex, I just want to let you know that the Q&A feature is open at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So if you have any questions, please post them in there and we'll try to get around to answering them at the end of the webinar. If you don't have time, one of the support team will get back to you. So without any further delay, I'll hand over to Alex to get started.
Brilliant, thanks Amy. So as Amy said, I'm the case management developer here at Osprey, so it's my responsibility to oversee the preparation of all the workflows. And today we'll be talking about the commercial conveyancing workflow. So these commercial property workflows have been designed to aid you in your day-to-day matters. And the purpose of workflows, for those that don't know, is to increase profitability by saving time using automated and efficient processes, which will in turn increase productivity and help you with managing your time. So for commercial property, we've got 4 workflows available. Those are freehold sale and purchase, and grant of a new lease to a lessee, and from the lessor's perspective. Sorry, getting ahead of myself there. So what is a workflow? So workflows are designed to take the user through a whole matter. They're broken down into specific tasks and further broken down into actions within a task. So for example, a file opening task could be created together with a file closing task and everything in between. An action within the task could be to run a questionnaire to capture data, to run a letter template which pulls through that data automatically, or to record an important date against a matter. So we use the workflows in conjunction with the client web portal and deal room, and workflows can therefore be web enabled. And so the web portal is a convenient and secure way to share documents and updates on the case with clients and third parties. So something that features heavily throughout our workflows are questionnaires, and they allow you to enter data against a matter. So in our conveyancing workflows, this would of course be the names of the purchaser and the seller, or the lessee, lessor, the property address, the title number, the estate agent, and so on. You'll have the majority of these details when you open the file. So within each workflow, there's a data entry task specifically for capturing this information at the outset. As you progress through the matter, you'll be prompted again to enter additional data. So for example, the title number, you probably won't have that until you've obtained office copies, either yourself or from the other side. So throughout the further or the future tasks within the workflow, you'll be prompted for that additional information. It's also worth noting that with these file opening tasks and any task in a workflow, you can always rerun it at any time. If you want to rerun some parts and not others, say for example, you want to run just the questionnaire part of a workflow and you want to ignore the letters because you've already done them and they were fine, you can do that. You just need to untick the task and redo the bits that you want to do. So it's really quick and easy if you want to edit some data, you perhaps type something in wrong or something has changed. It's really nice and easy to update data. So just want to move on now to show you a brief video of the first task being run within our case management app. So here we are within Osprey case management app. You can see I'm running the first task and I've pre-populated the information within these fields just to make it a little bit quicker for you, but you can see we've got the property address, the price, the estate agent, and so on. If there are a charge over the property, you can add that information in there, lender's details and so on. Having ended the task and submitted that questionnaire, you would have seen just then, it's skipped on now, but the workflow status bar had turned green to show that that task was complete. So that's a really quick way of seeing what stage of the transaction you're at. And actually it's really helpful if you're on holiday or you're covering somebody who's on holiday and you're not very familiar with the file. You can see here it's green, so you know that that's the stage that you're up to within the file. So another nice thing that links with the custom questionnaires, which are in the workflow tasks, is that information being populated within the documents. So once data has been entered, it can be used to pull through to pre-composed letters and forms. So for example, you could use document production just to write a blank ad hoc letter to the other side, and the address and reference and party details will be populated for you. But there are also pre-drafted letters within the workflow tasks that are available. So for example, you've got here a contract pack letter raising inquiries, and you'd obviously type your inquiries in, but it's all set out ready to go, and you can see the reference, the address, the party's details are all there within that template ready. Something else to note within tasks and workflows is that you can set criteria against documents. So say, for example, there's no estate agent involved in this matter. You won't see anything from an estate agent if you haven't completed that field in the first questionnaire and the file opening task. So criteria is set so that if that's not applicable, those templates won't run. So something else that's sort of helpful in terms of keeping parties updated is the use of email templates. So you can see here we've got an email template to the estate agents, just keeping them up to date. We're acknowledging receipt of heads of terms. It's a really nice, quick and easy way to give updates to clients, and of course, especially estate agents. So very useful. You can have pre-populated templates, or you can set up within the workflow a blank template if you know you want to send an email, but you're not sure what the content will be until you come to that point. So moving on now to key dates within workflows. So you can use key dates to create reminders and diary entries, but you can do that for both yourself and your clients. So it's possible to publish dates to the web portal for your client to see, and for you just to retain dates within Osprey and your Outlook calendar. So if you've got Outlook 365, you can have those key dates published to your calendar. So if you want to remember, say, a date of completion, that can be in your Outlook diary. If, for example, you didn't want to know about chasing the searches in your Outlook diary, that would just appear within Osprey. It's entirely up to you and fully, therefore, customizable. Of course, there are going to be things that you want your client to see, so you might want to remind them to provide you with their ID or with a signed document, and that can be published to the web portal, as well as being retained. Things like chasing, you probably don't need your client to see. So really flexible there with key dates. And as I mentioned earlier, we've got the web portal and the deal room. So the web portal is a way of securely sending documents and updates to clients. You can send as much or as little as you want to the web portal, but it is a convenient way for clients and third parties to manage and view documents and to keep track of the progress of a case. So all the workflow documents come web enabled. So once you've completed a document, if you want to send it off to the web portal, it's really quick and simple to do that. You just click publish and off it goes. It's also nice if you prefer to send letters to clients, but you don't want the hassle of posting or the delay of post. So if you want the formality of a letter, you can upload that to the portal instead of using an email. So that's also a good feature. Another thing that you can do is use the portal to send documents to third parties, and you can also receive them too. So for example, you've got your traveling draft lease, you can upload that to the portal. Other side can make changes, pop that back into the portal, and a revision history is also available with that. So I'm sure you'll all be using track changes, but if you want to see the document in its various stages, you can do that as well using the revision history available. One final note on workflow customization. It's possible to add, edit, or remove any of the actions within workflow so that they meet your requirements. If there are documents or forms that you like to use and you want to add in, you're welcome to do so. Our support team are always available to give you free remote training sessions on how to use and edit workflow so that all staff are aware of how to use them. We also have a support portal where you can view a collection of written guides in your own time as well. Something that I haven't provided a slide for, but that we do have is the sync tool. So the sync tool is a relatively new function that we've developed, and the purpose of it is to allow us to push updates to workflows to our clients without overwriting any changes they've made themselves. So say, for example, you've created your own client care template, you didn't want to use ours. If we then update the commercial workflows, you'll benefit from the update, but your own drafted templates won't be changed and they'll still be included within the workflows. We're currently the only legal software provider who's able to do this, so it's quite a nice feature that you can know that you'll stay up to date, but also that your changes won't be overwritten. And in terms of how we stay up to date with changes, we're constantly creating new workflows and we're constantly reviewing old workflows. So we've got a little team of people that are doing that, and that enables us to stay up to date. And of course, if you'd like to have a more in-depth demo of any of the workflows, or if you'd like to have one imported, you can always contact our support team. The details are up on screen here. In the same way as you would submit any query to support, they'd be happy to help with booking training sessions for you, or just going through the workflow. And also they can import it. It's really quick and simple to import a workflow. They usually schedule it for after hours, out of hours, sorry. The import runs overnight and it's ready to go in the morning. So that's our whistle-stop tour of the commercial conveyancing workflows. I'll pass back to Amy for any questions that we've received.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, we've got a couple of questions that I'll just run through now. So somebody's asked, how do we view the workflows in more detail? Can they view the actions and tasks within a workflow?
You can, yes. So on our support portal, our website, you can go and have a look at the workflow in its entirety. That includes the tasks, the individual actions, any criteria attached to those tasks. And you can also look at the document templates in full as well. So you can preview the letters, make sure you're happy with everything before it gets imported into your site. And the other way to view them is to, as I said, book a support call, log a support call, and they will deal with showing you the workflow so that you can see it in a bit more detail than we've gone into today.
Perfect, thank you. The next question is, we don't currently use the web portal, but would like to. How can we set this up?
Again, really simple. You just need to get in touch with support and they can talk you through how that's set up and how to use it. So if you're not familiar with the web portal, it is really easy to use and really simple to pick up, but support would be happy to give you and all of your colleagues free remote training into the web portal so that you know how everything works.
Perfect. And just touching on the web portal again, are my clients able to electronically sign documents in the portal?
Yes, they can. So you would need to integrate with DocuSign. That's one of our integrations. You would need to have a license to use that. But certainly, yes, you can use DocuSign through the portal. So you're, let's say, for example, you've got several directors that need to sign a client care letter. You can send that through the portal. As soon as they receive it, they can sign it really quickly. So yes, very easy to send documents through the portal for signature using DocuSign.
Perfect. That's all the questions for today. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today, and thanks, Alex, for your commercial conveyancing workflow presentation. We still have a couple of episodes left in our workflow series. So next Thursday at 10 AM is our mental health workflows. If you've missed any previous episodes in this series, such as our residential conveyancing webinar, you can find them all on demand on the Osprey Academy. So hop on over there and you can view all our other workflows as well as our integrations series as well. So thank you again for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.